Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Fowl. Brand new Wallace and Gromit movie where the penguin comes back to get his revenge. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. The links are in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Books 1 through 16 available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. Wallace and Gromit is definitely one of the most English things I've ever seen, and it's very much UK, old school UK, and it's great. I love it. The claymation is great. The voices are great. It's the details great. Look at this in the background. It's a hi-fi system, and then one of the records is Walkies on the Wild Side. So the plot is, of course, very simple. The Wallace has invented a new robot gnome because he's an inventor, and it does all the work. And at first, Gromit's kind of grudgingly accepting it. But then the penguin breaks out, and he hacks the robot to commit crimes, and goes on a crime spree, steals tools, steals a shed, and still disguising himself as a chicken. And Wallace and Gromit get kidnapped, and of course Gromit is mostly going to save the day from Wallace, who does all the talking. And you can see he's got a whole army of evil gnomes. And it's January 3rd. So this looks like a lot of fun. It's PG. It's good for kids. So, I mean, just every bit of this is hilarious and fun. Gromit is great. I mean, it reminds me a little bit of Inspector Gadget in a way, because it has a very similar dynamic. So, I mean, it's easy to break down, right? It's nice and simple. First act, Wallace and Gromit are living their lives. Wallace invents the robot gnome. But the penguin is seeking vengeance and finally gets out of prison, or maybe breaks out, and he hacks the gnome. The gnome causes them lots of problems, goes on a spree. But of course, the penguin kicks it up another notch. I guess he has the original gnome build more gnomes. So he has an army of gnomes, and he's going to go on a major spree, and he's going to frame Wallace and Gromit, and they have to, save the day. And in the third act, they do, because that's the way this rolls. So, yeah. What's not to like? If you don't like Wallace and Gromit, I don't know. Do you hate claymation? Do you hate yourself? Watch Wallace and Gromit would be my advice. So here's the write-up. The glove is about to come off. The brand new epic Wallace and Gromit family adventure coming to Netflix January 3rd, 2025. From the brilliant Aardman and 4-time Academy Award-winning director Nick Park and Emmy-nominated Merlin Crossingham comes Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Fowl. In this next installment, Gromit's concern that Wallace is becoming too dependent on his inventions proves justified when Wallace invents a smart gnome that seems to develop a mind of its own. When it emerges that a vengeful figure from the past might be masterminding things, it falls to Gromit to battle sinister forces and save his master, or Wallace may never be able to invent again. Bum, bum, bum. So, I mean, it's a shame they didn't get this out before Christmas. This seems like a perfect thing to watch during Christmas. Even though it doesn't have a Christmas theme, it easily could have. But I just love the atmosphere of this. It's so quaint, but in a very wholesome English way. It's so quaint, and it sort of revels in that Englishness. And it's like what I do in the Pineys is I revel in South Jersey, and I never leave, and I try to dig deeper in the details of South Jersey. I don't try to encompass everything in the world. That's exactly what this does, and that's what makes it special and unique and fun to watch. So if you haven't seen Wallace and Gromit, go back, see the earlier movies, and then bookmark this for January 3rd. And that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan. Check us out on the black site, the orange site, and the green site for more videos. See, 2025, a golden age emerge. More Wallace and Gromit. And that's it. We'll see you in the next one.